Hello friends, today I would like to talk about how you develop a good relationship with your children. That is very important. After all, most Indian parents love their children a lot and they make so many sacrifices for them to bring them up. But still, they find it difficult to build a good relationship with their children. It is because of different reasons, and I will tell you in detail. So what could be the reasons that you are not able to develop good relationship with your children, a rapport with your children, so that they can listen to you and they can be benefited by whatever experience you gained in your life and what are the lessons you learnt in your life, and you want to tell them and you want that they don't commit the same mistakes committed by you, so that they have a better life. That's all your intention. The parents, whatever they say, whatever they do, that is of course in the interest of children only. But the problem is, most times children fail to realize this. They don't realize and they don't care their parents and their words as much as they should. At least parents think. Why it happens? There are several reasons for it. First of all, parents should realize that children are not looking at you as enemies. Even though they behave what we call aggressively or something, the way which you don't like, it is not because they are looking at you as enemies or they are looking at you as adversaries. No. After all, children are children. They are still developing. They have their own problems to cope up with. In psychology, there are different stages of development in human life. As a baby, as a grown-up child, as a teenager, and then as an adult. Now, your concentration as a parent is mostly below the age of adult, right? Mostly and most particularly when they are teenagers. And below that, when they are growing up kids, then also you are very much anxious to see that they are on the right lines, they learn the right things, and they don't fall into bad company. After all, these are the ideas of the parents when they think about children and when they want to control their children. First, when they are babies, you may think that they are not aware of anything. Just if you give them the milk when they are at the lactation stage, that is enough. That you may think. But here a very important thing is, even as a baby, the child is very alert to how its needs are being fulfilled, how it is being attended to by the caretaker or whatever significant person around. That means, suppose if the baby is crying for milk, nobody attends to them and they neglect it, and after a long time only they attend to and give milk. That's a problem. Because you may be wondered that the trust issues or the trust concepts are formed in the very early childhood, in the babyhood itself. Almost in psychology it is said, the child is the father of the man, they say, saying. The same thing is there in psychology also. Your basic personality as an adult is formed in babyhood and the early childhood itself. You may be wondering. You also may take it that psychologists say the trust issues in adults, some people don't trust others. They are very suspicious for each and everything. Unnecessary red flags they get. The root cause of the problem is their failure to develop trust in the babyhood and early childhood. Because at that time when their needs are not attended to promptly, then that is the seed of the trust issues in adults. So, you must take care of this aspect. Don't think that child is unthinking and it doesn't matter if there is a time lag or whatever it is, for whatever reasons. Take extra care to attend to those issues because they are very important. That's one thing. And when the baby is growing and enters the childhood, then the child starts to explore the world. They break the toys, they spoil the things in so many ways. But this is not an attitude of distraction. They want to explore the things. The child is like a little computer, very smart. It wants to explore the things, what is inside, how it works. They want to understand their own way, so they break the things. So here parents do the mistake of getting angry with the children who are breaking the things or spoiling the things. No, they are not adults. You know how to keep them in an orderly manner. And a child is not expected to keep things in an orderly manner. They want to explore the things. Discipline can be inculcated very nicely and very sweetly, and only to the extent required, appropriate to the age. That is very important to note. Then again, when the child is growing, the parents' complaints are, the boy is not listening to me, whatever I say. He will do his own things. Here one important thing is, children will never listen to what you say. Then they observe what you do. There may be an inconsistency between what you say and what you do. They are very smart. Children are very smart. They catch that inconsistency. Sometimes they are confused. What these adults are about to teach us, this is inconsistency. They say something, they do some other thing. How to reconcile? It is difficult even for an adult to reconcile the inconsistency between what we say and what we do. Then how can you expect a child to reconcile that inconsistency and listen to you? Because you have something good to say. No. They are yet to grow up. So please see that there is no inconsistency between what you say and what you do. If you want your child to really listen to you and do things, that means the simple saying, practice what you preach, then only it will be effective. You say don't look at the mobile, But you look at the mobile, lot of time. It's not that you should not look at the mobile, but you should make them clearly understand how they should spend the time and at what time they are allowed the mobile. Being an adult, you have so many things to do in the mobile, like banking or so many things. So that is what you are doing. So you need not think because your father or mother is using mobile, I am entitled to use. It's not like that. When you grow up, you also can use the mobile just like I am using. If you say in this tone and this way, there is a likelihood of the child being convinced and follow what you say. Next point is, many working women, their complaint, that is, we don't have time. We have so many things to do. We work at home, we work in the office, and even though our husbands are supposed to help, their help is not up to the mark. Then how can we focus on children? Here I have one point, important thing to say. It is not the amount of time you spend with your children, or in other words, it's not how much time you spend with your children, but it is how you spend time with your children that matters. That means not the quantity of time you spend with your children, but the quality of time you spend with your children matters. A housewife may be able to spend 6 to 7 hours. Does it mean that they have developed a good relationship with their children? Not necessarily. Even in their case, even though they are housewife, again it is how you spend time with your children, the quality of time spent with your children, that gives you the rapport and that develops the good relationship. So don't worry about how much time you are able to give, but worry and plan about the quality of time you spend with your children. Children, until they reach the teenage, they are very much after you. They would like to talk to you. They want you to talk to them. Be with them. Everything they expect. This is a very crucial time that you should give time to your children. However busy you are, please take some time. It doesn't matter even if you spend half an hour or 1 hour with them, but just to try to know if they have any problem, just to find out whether they are feeling any inconvenience, whether they appear to be having any problem, sad or worried or facing some issues, maybe with friends, maybe in the school, anywhere, because don't think the children have no problems. Hundreds of problems they have. In fact, they are facing problems more than the adult face, because adults have the resources to face their problems and think about them, the necessary maturity with them. But children, they don't have that maturity to solve their problems. But the problem is a problem. They face it either with their friends or with their teacher or whatever it is. So try and make extra effort to know about the problems he say, and even about the problems he or she fails to say, talk to you. If you make a sincere effort, definitely you will be able to get to the problem. Then try to help them. This goes a very, very long way in building the rapport with your children. Going forward, they will see a friend in you. They will see a confidant in you, so that they can share everything with you. That is a very, very crucial step before they enter the teenage. And when once they enter the teenage, it is a totally different ball game for them and for you as parents also. And from the teenage, next, as adults, when your children grow up as adults, when they have their family and their own children, then how to deal with them? How to maintain good relation still with them? I will talk about it in my next episode, because otherwise this episode will become too long. And I invite your suggestions, comments, criticisms, everything. And if you have any questions to ask or clarifications you want, you please comment, and I will try to answer those questions. Thank you.